parties to a contract must perform or offer to perform their respective promises unless such performance is dispensed with or excused under the provisions of the Contract Act or any other law. Promises bind the representative of the promiser in case of the death of such promiser before performance, unless a contrary intention appears from the contract. Let us take some illustrations. A promises to deliver goods to B on a certain day on payment of ₹1,000. A dies before that day. A's representatives are bound to deliver the goods to B, and B is bound to pay ₹1,000 to A's representatives. Another example would be A promises to paint a picture for B by a certain day at a certain price. A dies before that day. The contract cannot be enforced either by A's representatives or by B. Now we shall discuss the effect of refusal to accept the offer of performance, which is dealt with under Section 38 of the Indian Contract Act. Where a promiser has made an offer of performance to the promisee and the offer has not been accepted, the promiser is not responsible for non-performance, nor does he thereby lose his rights under the contract. However, every such offer must fulfill the following conditions. 1. It must be unconditional. 2. It must be made at a proper time and a place and under such circumstances that the person to whom it is made may have reasonable opportunity of ascertaining that the person by whom it is being made is able and willing there and then to do the whole of what he is bound by his promise to do. Number 3. If the offer is an offer to deliver anything to the promisee must have a reasonable opportunity of seeing that the thing offered is the thing which the promiser is bound by his promise to deliver. An offer to one of the several joint promisees has the same legal consequences as an offer to all of them. Let us take some illustrations. A contracts to deliver to B at his warehouse on the 1st of March 2016 100 bales of cotton of a particular quality. In order to make an offer of performance within the effect stated in this section, A must bring the cotton to B's warehouse on the appointed day under such circumstances that B may have a reasonable opportunity of satisfying himself that the thing offered is the cotton of the quality contracted for and that there are 100 bales. Now we shall discuss the person by whom the promise is to be performed, which is dealt with in Section 40 of the Indian Contract Act. If it appears from the nature of the case that it was the intention of the parties to any contract that any promise contained in it should be performed by the promiser himself, such promise must be performed by the promiser. In other cases, the promiser or his representative may employ a competent person to perform it. For example, A promises to pay B a sum of money. A may perform this promise either by personally paying the money to B or by causing it to be paid to B by another. And if A dies before the time appointed for payment, his representatives must perform the promise or employ some proper person to do so. Another illustration would be A promises to paint a picture for B. A must perform this promise personally.